And just think of the wonderful music that he gave us. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I also too believe that, thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are all really excited about doing Khazana again at the Oberoi after the challenging times that we've gone through in the last 3 years. Unfortunately, we are a little down, I would say, because we've lost some of our dear artists who were with us, supporting us always. And that makes us a little, or even more, sad, because we would have been much better off if they were here to bless us and support us and be with us. However, on the brighter note, I would say that we are really happy to be back where we belong. Though we did 2 years of virtual Khazana, but the beauty of Khazana at the Regal Room and the environment, the ambience, the atmosphere is totally electrifying. It's different. For which I thank the Oberoi Group of Hotels, Trident, especially the Senior Vice President, Shri Bhandari. Bhandari ji, thank you so much. And we also are thankful to Ritijit Dutt and Sanju Soni. There are so many things that I can talk about, but I don't want to get into all this. Only thing I can say is that, first of all, I thank all the sponsors, especially Union Bank of India, which has supported us from the inception, from the first year. And my hats off to Union Bank for their commitment, for their support. You can very well imagine that during the pandemic, when we were doing virtual Khazana, even at that stage, when we asked Union Bank, they said, no, we are with you. We will support you, whether you are at the Oberoi or virtual. So I cannot forget that especially because you have been so very kind to us. Thank you so much, Union Bank. Obviously, we are thankful to Oberoi for their full-hearted support. And it's not just the management, but every member of the staff. I remember in 21 years, not one staff member has given us an opportunity to complain. They have been so kind. They have been so very supportive. So thank you, Oberoi, and the entire staff of Trident. Obviously, Mr. and Mrs. Sapru, who have been the driving force. I have known them for more than 40 years now, and they have been with me in spirit and in all kinds of support and moral support and otherwise also. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Sapru. This year, we are dedicating Khazana to Bharat Ratna Lataji, and the reason, because I was asked by one of the media personnel, the reason for dedicating this Khazana to Lataji is, as Rohini said earlier, that we all grew up listening to Lataji. I mean, basically, I think from the time we realized that we could understand music, we always heard her voice. But the other aspect of Lataji is that Lataji, through her singing in cinema, singing ghazals in cinema, be it Madan Mohan Saab, Naushad Ji, Roshan Saab, Khayyam Saab, she sang some amazing ghazals in cinema. And when one saw this on the screen, obviously that had a lasting impact. And that's how ghazals penetrated, went across the masses, and people realized that there was a genre called ghazal. And Lataji had a big role to play in that. Her contribution was immense, and therefore we felt that we wanted to dedicate this Khazana to her. We were going to have a couple of family members of Lataji this afternoon for the press conference, but unfortunately, because of health issues, they have not come, but they will be there for the main event. We also, as we spoke earlier, that we lost our dear Bhupiji just a couple of days back. Bhupiji was with us from the first Khazana. And he was so very supportive. I still remember that I always called him Bade Bhaiya, because he was really like our elder brother, big brother, always guiding us, helping us. So we are going to miss Bhupiji for sure. We pray for his soul, and may he rest in peace, eternal peace. Rajkumar Rizviji was another gentleman who always was with us in Khazana. Whether he was singing or not, he would be there for every Khazana. And he would sit till the last artist, he would sit till the end and listen to Khazana and listen to the artist, and then he would really kind of cheer us when we would perform. So we are going to miss Rajkumarji. I would like to take this opportunity to just give you a brief on what we have done at Parents Association Thalassemia Unit Trust, we, in the last 21 years that we have been doing Khazana here, we changed our focus in terms of treatment. We changed our focus to bone marrow transplant. And no doubt bone marrow transplant is an expensive process, expensive procedure, expensive treatment. But the only advantage of bone marrow transplant is that the child, a thalassemic child, when a child goes through bone marrow transplant, the child is cured for good and the child does not have to take any medication for thalassemia. So in the last 21 years, we have been able to do bone marrow transplant of more than 300 children. And those children are today running and normal and doing their work and growing up normally now. And for which we are thankful to Khazana for giving us this support. Obviously, we are thankful to all the other sponsors who have always supported us, which is Mr. Bhandari, who is here, if he's here. He's right there. For the support, he keeps everyone's spirits high. And thank you, Mr. Bhandari. We also would like to thank Mr. Neeraj Roy of Hungama. Hungama, through their live streaming, has taken us across the world. You will be surprised that every Khazana has fans and listeners who come all the way from South Africa, from United States, from Australia, from the Middle East to attend Khazana. And thanks to Hungama, that Hungama has taken Khazana today to every household across the world, which is a great achievement for us. Thank you, Neeraj, and entire team of Hungama. Somini Paul of Artists Aloud, thank you Somini for the talent hunt and your contribution to Khazana. Also, Mr. Arvind Bhandari of Minimax, who has been giving us all the hoardings and everything. And Mr. Vaibhav Patil of Ginger PR, who has been doing great service to us. Reva Udas, I shouldn't be taking her name, she's my daughter, but the entire social media presentation is done by her. Anuj Bajaj and no doubt the entire media, print and electronic media, thank you so much for all your support year after year. I mean, when I see such senior journalists like Jyoti Venkatesh and Muhammad Wajaddin sitting here, I can proudly say that we have some great support from the media. They come year after year. Thank you so much for being with us. And last but not the least, I'd like to